So firstly, report consumers can quickly filter the report to what they are looking for using the input slicer. So earlier we have to select one by one, like all the values we have to select, but now we can just copy and paste it. So if you ever needed to filter a report by a specific order ID, customer name, or product code, then the input slicer is designed for exactly that. And instead of selecting items one by one from a drop-down, you can simply type the values directly or use a partial text to find the matching record. How we will find this matching record, we will see into our hands-on part. Now coming to the traditional slicers, so they work well when you have manageable numbers of categories to choose from. But what happens when you have hundred of customer, thousand of order IDs, or you simply don't know the exact value that you are looking for? Now this particular blog post introduced the input slicer through a few representative scenarios to illustrate how it works and when it is useful. So we are going to see the use cases of it from this documentation. And these examples are meant to show common patterns and possibilities rather than exhaustively cover every configuration option. So to cover all the configuration option, we will be referring to this detailed documentation which we have. So there are few scenarios which are mentioned here. Firstly, we can type multiple filter values as we just discussed, enter order IDs, customer names, or product codes one at a time, pressing enter after each to build your filter list. You can search with partial matches and you can collect free-form input. So this will be helpful in the case of translytical task flow. Now, in order to get started, I already have some dummy data available in my Power BI report. But if you want to do the hands-on on your end, you can simply copy this DAX code and paste it for a new calculated table, and a sample data will get added. Now, before going further to these things, we will start with this detailed documentation so that we don't miss anything uh, into details. So we just covered the introduction part, so we will skip this. Now input slicers modes. So there are two modes in which we can use the input slicer, and the input slicers behaves differently depending on whether you add a data column to it. So if I go here, if I simply here you will find out this input slicer. So I will simply click on this. Now you can see I have not added anything. So for now, if I enter something A or B, let's say if I A, then nothing is getting changed here. So why is it useful here? So this is useful. This will be useful in case of translytical data flow. So this is the second part which I'm saying about. So that is like when we have to do the data write back or such, we have to add some comments or annotations or values for write back and approvals. In that case, this functionality of using input slices without the column will be helpful. Now, how it is will be helpful with a data column. So now the exact functionality which we can say of filtering will be used here. So what we have to do, let's say I have this particular product column in my table visual. So I will simply add the same product column here in this add data section. So I will just drag and drop it here. And now you will see this something, a button has been appeared also here. Now we are getting the option to enter the product, and there are few customization options also available. Now, just for a demo, let's say if I enter A, so it has filtered something, but there is variety. Like it has products which are starting with A. It has also product which somewhere contain A. So now if you click here, so you will see the condition applies contains any. So at any place, if A is present, it is simply filtering out all the data. Similarly, we have various conditions available, which we will see. So let's say you want only the data which starts with A. So in that case, you can simply click on start with option, and now you will only be able to see start with A option. Now let's say you does not start with any. So you will filter, find out all the data which does not start with A. Now let's say you want to see it should not contain any A alphabet. So now you will see this is the result we are getting. So this is how we can play with the input slicer. So these are the two ways. Now coming to the operators which we were seeing. So there are few operators available as you can see in this table visual. So firstly, if you are using the contains all but operator, then it returns the records that contain all the entered text value. So if you are entering multiple value or just alphabet, all the it should contain all the entered text value. Next we have contains any. So it will return records that contain at least one of the entered text values. So this will basically act as a OR operator. Next is we have does not contain any. So it excludes the record that contain any of the enter text value. Then start with any. So it will returns record that start with any of the enter text value. And similarly, we have few others. So these are the operators which we have. And report creators set the initial filter operator using the drop down on the visual. And when the report is published, the consumer can select a different filter operator from the drop down at any time. And creators can also configure whether the slices accept single or multiple filter values from the slicer setting. So now we have so many settings available here, which we will see one by one. But before it, let's work with filter pills. And what exactly is this pills? So when you enter a text in an input slicer and click enter, then or select the apply button, the value converts into a pill. Now let's see here. Firstly, let me enter. Let's say if I enter Excel. Right now, this is looking as a plain text. I have not clicked on enter or I have not clicked on this direction button, or I will say the apply button. So I will click on it. Now you will see this has been highlighted. This has been gone inside a box. So this will be known as pill. Next thing is how you can remove a pill. So it is very simple. You can simply see it from here. We have a cross button available. So just click on the cross button and the pill will be removed. Or you can see that whatever filter condition you have applied will be removed. Now we can apply multiple options also. Let me just enable that setting first. And I will say contain all. So you can see we have two pills available now. But let's say if you are entering multiple data at a single time, you copied something from your Excel sheet or from the client requirement. Let me copy few of the values. So now I copied few values from here and I can simply paste it here. And now I can simply click on enter. So okay, I believe we have to enter commas in this. So here comes the next part, how you can enter it. Let's say you entered something, but how you can edit it. So in order to edit this text, you have to simply double click on it and now you will be able to edit this particular text. Just a second. Yeah, so by double click on this pane, we get the edit option. So this is another feature. Now there are few format options available into the input slicer. So you can customize the appearance of many elements in the input slicer to match your report design, including the apply and dismiss button. So firstly, we will cover all these one by one. Firstly, we have this slicer setting. So this size and style and title is very basic, which we already have in all of our visual. But now coming to the next, which is slicer setting. So this is particularly used for enabling or disabling multiple slicer option. So we can simply expand it and now you can see we have this accept multiple value option available. So if I enable this, then you are able to see I am entering multiple options from here. I entered Excel, I entered flow, but I can, if I disable this, then I will only be able to enter one value. So this is also like not commonly used. We have to enable this, keep this enabled. So multiple options can be there. That is the sole purpose of this, that we can simply enter out multiple filter condition at once. Next is filter operators. So after this, we have first filter setting. So you can change the size of the text. So you can see this size of Excel is getting increased. You can change the color. So let me change it to yellow. So you can simply differentiate it. So from here, you can play with the text based on your report theme. Then we have the dismiss button, which is this cross button. So let's say if you want to change the color of it, it's red. As you can see, let me just zoom it a bit. Okay. So this is dismiss button, then the shape. So you can see this is inside a rectangular box. Now let's say if you want to increase the corner of this, uh, you have to use the corner radius. So you can simply it in this way. Then we have layout. So right now this is on left side, left of the visual. Let's say you want to keep it on right. So you can simply change it from here. Then padding option is also available. Background right now it is gray. Let's say based on your again report requirement, you have to change it. So you can simply change it in this way, and then you can enable or disable the borders. So this is all we are playing with this report. I will say the filter which we have entered, but we have operators also here. And you will say that I don't want to click here. I want to see whatever is entered here. So you can simply come here, filter operator, and you can simply enable the text. So you will be able to see which condition is applied right now. So if I say contain any or contain all, does not contain any. So in this way, you can simply change, you will be able to see. Then again, you can play with the icon color of it. Let me change it. This icon, drop down icon color has been changed. Then the shape again, based on it, you can, based on your report theme, you can change it. Background also, let's say you want to highlight whatever is condition has been applied. So you can do it from here. And lastly, we have the apply button, which is this arrow. This has been known as apply button. So again, this you can customize. I can change the color of it. I can add background in it. I can change the transparency. I can include borders, then gaps is there, and then the input box which we have. So if you want to change color of it, let's say you want to keep the color of the box black or any other color based on requirement, so you can change it. So this particular input box setting will be applied on the whole box which is available. So these are the few settings available. Then again, we have few options where we can see how you can create it, but we will skip to the consideration and limitation part because we already saw how you can create it. So coming to consideration and limitations. So report creators control whether the slicer accepts single or multiple value. This thing we have to keep in consideration. Next one is a one of the limitations that it right now it only filter out data which is in text format. But other format like data type, if you want to filter out ID which is in numerical format, then it will not be possible. Then paste from the context menu is not available, but you can paste text using keyboard shortcut Control plus V when the input box is active. So if I go here, if I right click, then here I'm like just like we do in our Words document, PowerPoint, the paste option is not available here. So I have to paste it? I have to just use Control V options to paste whatever values is copied. So this is again one of a limitation. And yeah, this is all about input slicers. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and do try this out on your end so you will get familiar with it.